Join me today for a full living room makeover. We are transforming this space into a cozy place to hang out. It all started when we moved here back in 2019. This is what it looked like. We ended up adding a barn door to separate the living space from this room. And this was our dining room for a while. We decided to add a mantle because before that we just had two tiny shelves. So this room has evolved over time and I'm really excited to finish it up and make it cozy. The goal today is to transform this living space behind me here. We have a few challenges to work with, like this corner fireplace, as well as this walkthrough area that leads to the rest of our house, the bedrooms back there. So we have a few challenges, but I am up for it. I started by emptying out this entire room so we can have a blank canvas. I'm excited to work with a larger rug. We had a smaller rug in here before, and I feel like it wasn't big enough for all the furniture and the layout that we wanted. So we're gonna try a larger patterned rug. This portion of today's video is sponsored by Lowe's, and I'm really excited to share with you everything that I found on Lowe's today. And also, we use Lowe's for all of our home renovation needs over the last 5 years of fixing up this house. I feel like when you order a rug online, you have no idea what it's really gonna look like in the room. And this rug is so pretty and it's really, really soft. I'm gonna have the link down below in case you are in the market for a rug. Shop all your home needs using Lowe's new finds in my description. You could buy online through the mobile app and pick up at the local Lowe's. That's what I did. Save time and money with free shipping on orders of 45 or more, and you can get same-day delivery for eligible in-stock items when you order by 2 p.m. You'll find competitive prices every day, both online and in-store. I was looking for a tall vase, so I'm so happy that I found that on Lowe's, and then I also wanted to add some lighting to this living room area, and this small lamp was the perfect choice. I'm gonna have all of these individual items linked below in the description box for you to check out in case you are interested. But this lamp was the perfect style and it's very affordable. All the pricing will also be online, so you can look at that if you are in the market for rugs, lamps, a vase, or any of the items that I've added to our living space in this video. This is the perfect rug for our front door. I was looking to update this. Now I'm just building the side table that I found on Lowe's. I had been searching for something and this was the perfect option. I was so happy to find this, and I will have the link to this in the description box. One thing I'm loving about this side table is you don't need any tools. They give you everything you need and it's really easy to put together. You can find the links to everything that I bought on Lowe's to refresh this room down in the description box, and you can scan the QR code to see all the products here on the screen. Thank you to Lowe's for sponsoring today's video. This is the challenge with this corner fireplace. If you have the rug go this way, you have a huge area over there of just empty space with no rug. And if you have it go the long way, you have it with a big empty space over here. And no matter how you do it, it just looks so odd. I was trying to ignore this corner fireplace and just have all the furniture straight, which I've heard a lot of decor people say that that is kind of one of the ways you can go about it. But honestly, it just makes so much wasted space. So I think we're gonna have to go back to the angled rug and furniture, which is so frustrating. This is honestly the only way that we could get everything to fit in here and look right. Let's start with the biggest piece of furniture, which is the couch.
Hello. Can we put it over there? Is that my engineer? So
Whenever I'm putting a room together, I always try to focus on how I want the room to feel. And this room in particular, we wanted it to feel very cozy and warm. We have somewhat of an eclectic style, a unique style in my opinion, and that's because most of our items are gathered over time. It's a combination of things that we purchase from stores, but also find from thrift stores or create ourselves. Like the art on the wall is created by my husband. ottoman from quite a few years ago. And then we just gather these items slowly over time. And I feel like that's what makes a room look very unique. I was so happy to find these items on Lowe's because I feel as if they were perfect for our style. This vase was something that I had been looking for a while, and it's just the right color. It also warms up this area, and then I'm using a combination of fake flowers and also real eucalyptus leaves and branches that I dried out from a flower arrangement that I recently made. So it just came together really well, and I think it complements the color of the fireplace. Now I'm just using some candlesticks that I purchased quite a while ago, and then some candle holders that I found at the thrift store. I am loving how this is turning out, and it's one of those things where you never know how it's going to go when you order things. You just hope that it's all going to come together, and there's a little bit of trial and error with decorating anything. One thing I'm always questioning is not wanting to add too much and make it look cluttered or just too much. I don't really like a decor style with a lot for my own home, but my husband and I were talking about it, and I think adding a plant in will just add some life, and we love plants, so I'm gonna see how this looks. The great thing about decorating is you can add things in, and then if you realize it's too much, you can take it away, and nothing is set in stone, so you can keep playing around with it till you're happy with what you get. In a quest to stay clutter-free, we have decided we are going to declutter this buffet table. We previously had it in our kitchen area, but we're redoing our kitchen and renovating that completely. There will not be a space for this. It's been living on this wall, which has been perfect when we had this room set up a little differently, and now we no longer need it. So instead of staying emotionally attached to this piece of furniture, which we found on Facebook Marketplace and did a little flip on and changed it up, we are going to donate that, and hopefully somebody else can get some use out of it. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, and let me tell you, I've gone around our whole house trying to figure out where we could keep this piece of furniture, and it just does not fit. It would not make sense to keep it, so we're going to declutter it. The next thing we need to address is this wall behind me. It is a humongous wall, as you can see me standing here, and eventually we have the plan for Grant to make a wainscot around the bottom of the wall, which would match what we have going on in our other room behind the camera. But that is a long ways away, at least a year away. So for now, I'm going to work on some art that I think would fit really well with the room, tie in a lot of the colors. Previously, we had some art on the wall that I had done, and I just felt like it was no longer going with all the colors in this room. It didn't fit the theme. So we'll probably use that somewhere else. And in the meantime, I'm gonna work on something that will go with this room. It's really important to make your house livable for yourself and your family. I have 3 boys, and they are outside a lot, inside, outside, inside. So people's feet get really dirty in this house, and I just can't stay on top of that. So I've decided that I'm gonna make a cover for the top of this ottoman, and ta-da, I found some material. My mom and I went to a local fabric store and found this material, and we're gonna see what I can make out of it. This will be the first cover, and we will see how that goes. So let's get crafting and making some stuff. I started by washing and drying this material so it could pre-shrink. Then I headed to the ironing board and tried to get out all the wrinkles, so at least we could start with a flat piece of material. Then we headed to the floor in my office where a lot of projects take place. I'm going to attempt to trace this ottoman lid and make a cover. We will see, fingers crossed, if it's gonna work. As with most sewing projects that I do, I'm completely winging it, which is always funny. You never know how it's gonna turn out. But I started by tracing this and then making a large circle. My thought was that I would have that as the top portion and then cut a long strip, which would become the side portion, sew that all together somehow, and then figure out a way later how it might stay on the ottoman. Again, totally winging it and seeing if I can make something from scratch. I do not know how this is going to turn out. I think I did it, but let's go check it out and see. And then I have to find some way to I don't know, some way to attach it from beneath. I had this vision of what I wanted for this, and I surprised myself by actually being able to make this. It actually works. So now we could just tuck it in. It'd be better if there was some kind of elastic or something, I think. Or some kind of drawstring, maybe.
Right on the junction of inland empire and northern empire.
Like a drawstring or some kind of elastic, I don't know.
Actually, we changed it over here. We changed the room.
We changed the room?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the way this ottoman cover came out. And of course, it does not look perfect, but it's solving a problem that I know I'm going to have in the future, which is dirty feet getting on here. And I'm just thankful that I was able to make something that I can quickly pull off, wash, and put back on. And I know I'm probably going to get comments that, you know, it looks funny because it looks way better without it. But at the same time, I just know how it goes in our house with, you know, lots of kids here, that we just need to have a cover. For my own sanity, I need to have it. This couch here is something that we had before we even moved into this house. So I think we purchased this back in like 2017 and we had this in our old home. We brought it here and it's been in different rooms, but we ultimately decided we want to have a couch here, and we thought we'll just use what we have. But I'm not in love with how dark this couch is. So I do have two different throw options that I'm going to put on here, and you can comment below which one you like best. I think they both actually look good, but there's this one. This ties really well into the rug and the orange that's in the art, and the orange I'm going to be adding to the art for this back wall, as well as the orange that's in the pot up there. So I do feel that this ties in well to everything. Here is the second option. This is kind of a light green color, and I think it also ties really well into the rug and the ottoman. And then also the fireplace wall is a very muddy gray green. And I think this helps just break up the darkness of this couch. Comment below which throw blanket you like the best. I think either one of them could work, and we could also switch them out whenever we feel like it. I do want to mention that adding the orange in here has absolutely nothing to do with what time of the year it is. We love having the orange accents, and so this is something that will stay in here probably year round, or maybe switch little things out, but we have the orange in the art and I intend to put orange in that art. So I do feel that the hints of orange will stay throughout the entire year. It's way later in the day, the kids are asleep, and I finally have a moment to jump into getting started on this custom art for our wall. I was so excited to finally get this going and head into my office, put on a podcast, and jump into getting creative. I'm currently painting this large painting at around 9 p.m. I felt like I just had to get this done, and all day things kept happening with the kids, and I just had to work late into the night. And honestly, every time I usually end up doing art, it's usually at night. And even when I was in art school, I would work really late into the night, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't know why. I felt like that's when I've always been the most creative when it comes to art. So here I am. Also, I just want to mention, when I do paintings like this, where it's like this wild style, there's really no rhyme or reason to it when I get started. It's just a feeling, kind of mixing the paint and having fun. So this is not intending to look like anything. It's just putting the colors on there and really just making something that I think looks visually appealing. And one other thing I want to mention as I'm mixing this paint here is that I have been wanting to do more paintings, and I think a lot of the time it comes down to just getting everything out and starting. Even if I am not in the mood, if I even set it up and then start one little section of it, usually it leads to this within, I've only been working on this maybe an hour and a half. So Seriously, it's all about just getting started. I feel like that applies to almost every project that I do. I was able to finish this painting around 10:30 that night, so I still got to bed at a reasonable time, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. I feel like it included all the colors and really brought the room together. Here is the final reveal of how the room looks all put together and styled.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive.
We moved into this house back in 2019 without a clue of what we would do with this room, and it has slowly transformed over the last few years into what you see today with the updates we made to the mantle and the barn door to separate the living space. And now we have this cozy sitting area where we can light the fire and hang out. And it all just took a little bit of time and small changes over the years. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. Thank you so much for joining me on this living room transformation. If you're new here, you can hit the subscribe button to join my channel, and you can click right here to continue watching. See you in the next one. Bye.